Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction for Madoka Magica. It will be episode 5 and as always, you know how it is. If you want to see the reaction itself, go into my descriptions. You will find there a link which leads to my Google Drive. Just replace some parts, add dots instead, and you will see the reaction itself. Once you've done, you're very welcome to come back here and to hear my thoughts about this episode and about the whole series, what I think will happen next time, and so on and so forth. So, see you soon. For those of you who came back, welcome back. So, well, that went down a little bit this time, right? First things first, because I was asked to. My favorite girl of this episode. Well, I'm just ignoring the fact that Madoka more neither like always has to be, because she's just the general good one, you know, the one who goes for the working together, being friends, even tried to sacrifice herself here for Sayaka. So she is in most cases close to being number one, but this time I think I will have to give it to Homura for jumping in. Although I have to agree that Sayaka really rocked this time, showed a lot of skills, abilities, and will to fight. Oh, wait a second. And she did a very nice thing for the boy by getting the violin back, everything on the roof. Yeah, it's Sayaka this time. Sorry, she's number one. Not so much due to her fighting skills, although that was impressive, and the fact that she stood up, that gave her a little plus point, but mainly the thing with the boys, so that she made even the violent dream come true again. I think that's the major thing. Then it is Homura, then it is Madoka. Well, and then it's just Kyoko left, you know. What else? Okay, so much about that. Now let's see. I think there was a lot in this episode. A lot of small stuff inside, which I had not realized before, and I realized this time. So I asked myself something about the creation of the magical girl. So you get a wish granted. Okay, that's one thing. As it seems, the wish, the kind of wish, influences what kind of magical girl you are. Especially what your powers are, how strong you are, and, as we learned now, special abilities. So, some wishes grant you more power. You become more powerful, whatever that means. If it is by striking or I don't know. But what we've learned this time is, thus Sayaka asked for a healing wish, that the hand of the boy healed, you know. Thus she herself, as a magical girl, has the ability to regenerate extremely fast, to heal very fast. So the kind of wish influences you. It's interesting that this was not mentioned before. So I ask myself, is it not mentioned before because, you know, why should I? Or is it like it would influence the way you are wishing? Because if you know that, as example, a very greedy wish would maybe give you an ability you do not want, I have no idea. You know, like it rains gold every time you fight or stuff like that. Which is cool if you want to be rich, but not very efficient if you don't want to die. No idea. If you knew that a healing wish grants you faster healing, which increases your chances as a magical girl to survive longer a lot, more people would go for a healing wish, I guess. And it gets the question to me, what will happen if, as we all know will happen, Madoka wishes for Mami to be alive again? So if she brings someone back from the dead, would that mean that Madoka cannot die? Or if she dies, gets revived every time? Stuff like that? Or is she turning into an undead? Or is she turning into a necromancer magical girl? I guess number 1 or 2, by the way. The others are just fun. Although it would be entertaining. So there's something more happening. It brings the question to me what the other magical girls' special abilities are, which are very likely connected to the wish they did. So, as example, Mami, what has her special ability been? Maybe this giant cannon in the end, not sure. What is the special ability of Homura and of Kyoko. A lot of questions. But how did I come there? Yeah, I asked myself about the creation of the girls. So, you ask your wish. As we've seen now in the beginning, something from inside of you gets ripped out and turned into the crystal. You could say it is light shining from within, but it looked more like it was ripped out. And then turned into a crystal. Is it just your wish? Is it your soul? Is it your life essence? Something like that, you know? And then it turns into something you don't have inside you anymore. You have to carry it around with you. It is, in my opinion, never good if something inside of you is being ripped out, even if you can carry it along with you later on. Especially something as it seems very positive. So, those crystals, in my opinion, very much are like the grief seeds, just the other side. You know, two sides of the same metal. So we never had the fact that those crystals were used for something, except for the magical girls themselves. What happens with a crystal? When a girl dies, it shatters, I guess, and it is destroyed. But what happens with those, let's say, the energy inside? Because I'm pretty sure there is energy inside. And this is where Kyubey comes in again. So I see two options. The witches would like to have the crystals as well. And Kyubey is someone creating crystals in the world. Might be one option. And right now he's not so positive anymore if he does it. You know? Because that would mean he's working for the witches. And just like Kyoko said, the weak die. The high class witches are like, small witches can die. We get the crystals. One option. The other option, a magical girl dies. The energy which is inside the crystal, her soul, her life essence, everything that is left, and most of them die within the first year, by the way, not like 20 or 30 years later. No one needs it anymore. What do you guess who will take it? I guess there's this little cute fluffy pillar of doom called Kyubey, who takes this life essence. And he says he needs wishes. He needs to bond with the magical girls. So, my second guess, it might very well be that he's some kind of vampiric-like life form who grants wishes, sure, which will possibly cost a lot of this life essence he absorbs later. But he still gets more out of it. So that's how he's alive, how he feeds, how he survives. And it would explain why he's going for small girls instead of adult ones. Because if you're younger, you have more years to live. Thus your life essence is bigger, is more valuable. And the sooner you die, the more life essence he gets. So that's why he's not interfering with the girls fighting either. Because more for him, you know? It would make sense in my opinion. And he's a little bit like one of those stone angels from Doctor Who, you know? But whatever. Maybe he is good and I just interpret too much. But he is too passive in my opinion when the girls fight. He is too much focused on turning the girls and not keeping them alive. Which really feels strange to me. The fact that he looks fluffy and nice and sweet doesn't care at all. So, a tiger is sweet as well, until he rips your head off. So, that's my theory. I hope you like it. Let's go for my notes. I wrote something more down. In the intro, we had an opening eye. I might be wrong. There was like an eye opening, so you could see from the inside of the eye, and there was a shadow, and I think it was like a cat, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't Kyubey. It had more like roughed up hair. Not sure what that means. Maybe there's something else, another creature coming along, or maybe it's another version of him, because there were other like hints. In the moment when the girls turned, when he turned Sayaka, he was sitting on a pedestal, just a a quarter or something. But this pedestal had like another tail, you know, like multiple tails on him, and those were like spiky, more negative, like, you know, and due to that he had a shadow that had like another tail which was more spiky, and maybe it was a way of showing like he's not what he looks like. The fact that he's always looking like this into the camera and not blinking at all, you know, doesn't make it better. Sayaka. I like what she did this episode. It's not so much about the wish, it's about what she did later on. So she brought, I think it was his family, his mother and father, I guess. She brought in the violin again, a little bit of the staff of the hospital, and on the top of it, of the hospital, they gave him the violin so he could play again. So she really made his wish completely true now. I like that because it shows that she really, really means to do it what she wants to. There was a moment when he realized he did bad on her before due to his grief. I am not sure what will happen now. It gives a little bit of hope that it will turn good, that he will realize at least a little bit that she was there for him all the time. I mean, she's not family, you know? If you ever lay in a hospital for a long time, it is an interesting thing to see who is visiting you and who's not, and who's doing it after months. Because in most cases, there are not many visitors. Your family will be, because your family. Very close friends will visit you in the beginning. Not so many will visit you after months or even later on. That's how it is, you know. So hopefully it will turn to be good still. I'm having a little bit of a fear that something bad will happen to him, or at least try to happen to him. That's a witch is going for him somewhere in the future. Because it would be a very good trigger for Sayaka. And writers are mean bastards, as we all know. But she brought music, so that I said already during the reaction. Apart from him being able to play again, and this positive side, by doing this wish, she brought music to the world again. And I think overall that's always a positive thing. Because music is always a positive and good thing. So maybe we will have more of that. Yubei, while the girls were fighting, before, when he was talking to Kyoko, stated that he cannot predict Homura because she is kind of an abnormality. She's not a normal magical girl. Kyoko said, you turned her, she's a magical girl, so you granted her a wish. And his answer was that she's kind of an abnormality, which makes me question, did he grant her a wish, really? Or was it something strange? Is there something else? Was she brought to be a magical girl in a different way? Maybe not directly by him? Not sure there. I'm pretty sure we will learn more. That might be the thing, and she cannot predict, Kyubei cannot predict her. As it seems he can with most other girls, which is interesting. Because it means he kind of knows what they are doing, how they are acting. He's with them very often. We can see that he's jumping between the girls. Which brings me back to the he's playing his very own game, you know? He knows of their inner needs, of what they wish for, what they would like. And I'm pretty sure he is aware that, as example, Sayaka wouldn't want to fight another magical girl. But he doesn't step in at all, or even warn her, you know? He doesn't warn her. Kyoko said from the beginning very clearly, I will beat her, and later on she said, I will kill her. And he was like, hey, whatever, but there's another magical girl. He's not like, don't do it. He's, yeah, okay, be aware there's another magical girl. As I said, little demon in cat form. I've seen I mean, it was very clear in this episode to see while the two girls were drinking tea or coffee or cacao, don't know, that Homura had on one of her fingers like not a real star, but a purple, I'm not sure about the word. Star. Thus, she dresses mainly purple and black. When she turns, the purple makes sense. It seems to be her symbol. I wasn't sure about that before, but after a while, we've seen Sayaka that she has a blue sea, so like a blue moon on her finger, and her color is blue. Her on her tail, when she turns into a magical girl, she has like a blue moon symbol as well, but not on the skin, but on her clothes. So it's I think it is related to what you look like as a magical girl. I will have to check on Homura if where she has the symbol. Maybe there's a deeper meaning in the symbol itself. Right now, it seems to be related more to the color and possibly to your clothing style, but we will see about that. But that means I have to watch out in this series if someone normal runs along and has a symbol on one of her fingers. Because in this case, it would mean this is very likely a magical girl. Just in case. Good. I haven't seen any on Kyoko, but I was not able to really watch her hands. I've realized that Homura has a ring on one of her fingers. That might be just accessoire, just for looking good. But I think it was on the second. It's always a problem with the camera, it's on the wrong side, on this finger. I think it was. If it is, that would mean that she's either engaged or at least she's either engaged or married, you know what I mean. Or it is just accessory. If she would be engaged or anything, it would give an option about her background, because I'm pretty sure that whoever she would be married to, she has been married to, although she seems to be more like a girl, so it makes no sense at all. No idea. So let's just hope it's accessoires. Otherwise, she would be older than she seems. Talking about she's strange. And we have more of a backstory. Okay. Got that one. Fast heal. Okay, that's it. Next time. Well, no question. We have Homura jumping in on the fight. And she was able to rescue Sayaka. Question is now what's happening. I mean, it could be that Kyoko is like, okay, too much, and just leaves. Or we have a short show of power, where I would guess that Homura is winning, like, giving out a slap, a one-time hit to Kyoko, that Kyoko realizes, okay, this girl is uber, is too tough for me, I will fall back and wait for a better time. That's what I guess happens. By doing so, Homura, just by jumping in, she already made a statement. She did as Madoka asked her. By the way, Homura did not say she will not do it. Homura said she will not promise, because she is not breaking promises. So that's why she's letting her go. Which means she's not caring about her, really. She jumped in the moment when Madoka wanted to turn. So once again, she made sure that Madoka is not turning. But she did what Madoka asked for. She saved a friend. And by doing so, she may have laid a foundation for working together as magical girls. Although she possibly wouldn't like that, She did it. So there is an option, maybe, that at the moment, the two of them, Homura and Sayaka, can work together as magical girls. Madoka being like, how to say, like the leader without being a magical girl at the moment. The one that makes sure that those two come along. Get along, sorry. And Kyoko, well, I think she will have to learn something right now. She is very much in hunter mode. She is very dark. By stating things like the familiar has to feed first on humans until it becomes a witch, and then I will hunt to get the grief seed. This is very much negative, you know, that in her view, it's not that a magical girl defends humanity. Not at all. It is about that magical girls feed on witches and witches feed on humans. I hope she changes her mind, because apart from that, she seems to be funny and quirky, and I like those kind of girls in series. But if she doesn't change this kind of view, then she's really a problem, because she's making things worse. We will see. However, that's it for this time. Next time, we will see if we can hunt the familiar again, which escaped this time. And as always, please feel free to comment, subscribe, like. If there's anything else you want to ask for, go and feel free. That's what the comment section is for. Please, as always, don't spoil. It started in the last days that some people started to spoil minor stuff, it seems. The good thing is, others of you, thanks for that, in the next comment very often write spoiler, or make the comment that there's a spoiler on top. Thus, I scroll down from the bottom, I see the reactions to the comment first. So if there's something you believe to be a spoiler, feel free to write a big spoiler in, so that I know don't read that one above. That's it for this time. As always, have a nice day. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.